Hey, driver. Hey, put your hands up and walk back to me. Hey, anybody else in the car?
My daughter and my son.
Oh, how old are they?
Two parents are lying on the pavement in handcuffs with guns pointed at their heads. In the back seat of their SUV, alone, is their 6-week-old baby. And the reason this is happening, the entire reason, is that a surveillance camera on a pole misread a single letter on their license plate. It saw an X, and it decided it was a Y. That is it. One letter, read wrong by a machine. And a mom and dad are on the ground at gunpoint while their newborn sits feet away in a car seat. My name is Ben. I am a criminal defense attorney, and I need you to understand something before we even start. This is not a story about one bad cop having one bad night. This is a story about a system that is quietly being installed in your town right now. A system that can decide you are a criminal before a single human being has looked at anything. And once that machine flags you, what you just pictured, the guns, the cuffs, the pavement, that can be you. So stick with me, because I am going to show you exactly how this happened and exactly what you need to know to survive it. Here is what I am going to break down. 5 things. First, what actually happened in Sherwood, Arkansas on February 11th, minute by minute, because the timeline is worse than the headline. Second, the machine. What these flock cameras actually are, how one wrong letter turned an innocent family into a felony stop, and why that matters more than you think. Third, the legal question everyone gets wrong. Were the officers allowed to point guns at these people? I am going to give you an honest answer, and then I am going to show you where the real failure is. Fourth, and this is the one that should scare you, the pattern, because this was not a freak accident. I am going to show you that innocent people are being pulled over, held at gunpoint, and even jailed because of these camera errors, over and over, all across the country. And fifth, the part that is for you. What to do if one of these cameras ever decides your car is stolen so that you walk away in one piece. Real quick, before we get into it. Most of you watching are not subscribed, and these breakdowns are free. If you want to actually understand what is being built around you, hit subscribe. I do one of these every single day. And I just launched channel memberships, members get early access, and my full police encounter playbook, the join button, is right there. That is the only ask. Let us get into it. So here is what happened. On February 11th, an officer named Seth Kincaid with the Sherwood, Arkansas Police Department gets an alert. Not from a person, from a camera. A flock automated license plate reader flagged a passing SUV as stolen. And based on that alert, and nothing else, Officer Kincaid initiates what police call a felony stop. That is the highest risk kind of stop there is, the kind reserved for people they believe are dangerous, armed, and driving a stolen vehicle. Now watch what that looks like when the person is completely innocent. Kincaid pulls the SUV over, draws his gun, and orders the driver out.
Hey, driver. Hey, put your hands up and walk back to me. Hey, anybody else in the car?
My daughter and my son.
Oh, how old are they?
My daughter, not my daughter, my girlfriend, my son.
Okay.
My son, he's a newborn, he's a month and a half. My girlfriend, she's 28.
All right, bye. The reason I'm stopping you is your plate's stolen.
You said it's who?
It's coming back stolen. Your license plate. You got your ID on your boss?
Yeah, I got my wallet.
Where's your wallet at?
My pocket.
Okay.
It's not my vehicle.
Whose vehicle is
It's
it?
my girlfriend's vehicle.
Okay.
And the driver, this dad, does everything right. He is calm. He complies. He gets out. He gets down. He gets cuffed, all while a gun is trained on him. Then a second officer, Joe Lackey, rolls up, draws his own weapon, and pulls the man's partner, the mom, out of the vehicle at gunpoint too. And here is the detail I cannot get out of my head. While both of these parents are being held at gunpoint on the side of the road, their 6-week-old baby is still strapped in a car seat in the back of that SUV. 6 weeks old, alone in the car while mom and dad are on the ground with guns on them because a camera could not read a license plate.
More people in the car. Yeah. You said a month and a half old in the car?
Okay.
We're just gonna come back over here, okay? You're just detained until we figure everything out, okay?
Okay.
No weapons on you?
No, none of this. I got her keys in my pocket though for the truck.
This lighters?
Yeah, it's just a light.
Just have a seat. Yeah. A month and a half year old and his girlfriend.
So let us talk about that machine, because this is the heart of it. Flock is a company that sells automated license plate reader cameras. They are on poles, at intersections, at the entrances to neighborhoods, and there are a lot of them. In Arkansas alone, dozens of agencies use them. These cameras photograph every plate that passes, run it against databases, and alert police to hits, stolen cars, wanted people, and so on. And here is the problem that turned this family's life into a nightmare. The camera misread their plate by a single character. It saw one letter, an X, and logged it as a different letter, a Y. That one wrong character matched a stolen vehicle somewhere else. And the machine did not say, "Hey, I am not sure." It said, "Stolen," with confidence. A human being, looking at that plate for 2 seconds, would have caught it instantly, but no human did. The alert went straight from a camera to an officer's gun.
So it's, can you see that tag in front of you? APX55X. So APX55Y is the one stolen. So it's not yours. You flagged one of our cameras, and so that's why we stopped you, because we thought it was the other plate. So give me 1 second, I'll get you out of cuffs. Okay, boss. Here, all in cuffs.
Oh.
Is it your car?
Yeah, that's one.
Okay. So your car flagged on some of our modern technology.
So do I need to
Insane.
contact somebody about it? Or?
No,
Okay.
your plate is not stolen. It's
Okay.
one letter off,
Okay.
and the camera wrote.
Y'all about gave me a heart attack, right?
Yeah, sorry about that.
I knew it was my vehicle.
So it's the first 5 are correct. The last digit's the only one that's off.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So that's the whole reason for the stop and all of that.
Okay. Lord, y'all about gave me a heart attack. Whew.
I'm gonna get him out real
Like,
quick.
did you miss a turn signal or something? What did
No.
you do? Goodness gracious.
But and just until we figure everything out, that's why we pulled y'all out and all of that.
I got you. I understand.
Bye, boss. You can hop on out.
So, now, the legal question. Were the officers allowed to do this? And I'm going to be honest with you, even when it is not the satisfying answer, because that is my job. On the narrowest possible reading, an officer who genuinely believes he is stopping a stolen vehicle can conduct a felony stop and can draw his weapon. A reported stolen car is considered dangerous, and the law gives officers a lot of room in that moment. So if you are asking, did Officer Kincaid break the law the instant he drew his gun on a stolen vehicle hit? The answer is probably not, on its own. But that is exactly where I need you to stop and think harder, because that narrow answer is hiding the real crime here. The officers were only justified because they believed the car was stolen, and they only believed that because they trusted a machine that was wrong without verifying it, and that is the failure. When your entire basis for pointing a gun at a mother and father is an unverified alert from a camera that cannot reliably tell an X from a Y, then the problem is not just one officer's split-second decision. The problem is a policy that lets an unchecked machine be the thing that puts guns in innocent people's faces. The law may excuse the individual officer. It does not excuse the system that set him up to terrorize an innocent family with a newborn.
I'm gonna get him out real
Like,
quick.
did you miss a turn signal or something? What did
No.
you do? Goodness gracious.
But and just until we figure everything out, that's why we pulled y'all out and all of that.
I got you. I understand.
Bye, boss. You can hop on out. Let me get you out of those. I appreciate you being cool. Again, I didn't know exactly what we were coming up on. So
those cameras, they're placed everywhere, and they hit license plates and they'll flag, but I'm not going to say they're completely perfect because, you know, that's modern
I
technology.
got you. I got you.
I don't know if AI or whatever, but, you know,
Okay.
especially if y'all got a license plate thing, sometimes if a camera hits it at an angle or something,
Look
it
like
might
another
block it,
letter.
and then, yeah.
I got you. Okay. Well, we good?
Y'all are good.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry about that, guys. Have a good night.
And so this family's rights were taken away today because the X on her plate was mistaken for a Y. And Officer Kincaid actually blames the city's flock.
And this brings us to the part that should genuinely scare you, because Sherwood is not an isolated story. After this happened, the police captain there, a man named Scott Hicks, said this was the system's, quote, lone anomaly, the only false hit they were aware of. And I want to be very careful and very clear here, because that statement is doing a lot of work. It might be the only one in his department that made the news. But zoom out from Sherwood, and the picture falls apart completely. The Institute for Justice, a serious civil liberties law firm, has documented that dozens of innocent motorists across this country have been pulled over, ordered out at gunpoint, handcuffed, and in some cases thrown in jail, all because of these automated license plate camera errors. Dozens. A family in Texas held at gunpoint over a plate typo. A man imprisoned because a camera placed his car near a crime he had nothing to do with.
Okay.
My son, he a newborn, he a month and a half. My girlfriend, she's 28.
All right, bye. The reason I'm stopping you is your plate's stolen.
You said it's who?
It's coming back stolen. Your license plate. You got your ID on your boss?
Yeah, I got my wallet
Where's your wallet at?
in my pocket.
Okay.
It's not my vehicle, though.
Whose vehicle is
It's
it?
my girlfriend's vehicle.
Okay. Hey, boss. Just come on back here for a minute. All right, boss. Just for right now, you're just gonna be detained, okay? There's more people in the car. Yeah. You said a month and a half old in the car?
That's my newborn son.
We're just gonna come back over here, okay? You're just detained until we figure everything out, okay? No weapons on you?
Nah, none of this. I got her keys in my pocket, though, for the truck.
This lighters?
Yeah, it's just a light.
Just have a seat. Yeah. A month and a half year old and his girlfriend.
This is not a glitch that happened once in Arkansas. This is a repeating, predictable pattern playing out in town after town as these cameras get bolted onto more and more poles. The lone anomaly is not lone. It is a preview. And I want you to sit with how little control you have over this. You did not vote for these cameras. Most people have no idea they are even there or how many there are. You cannot opt out. You cannot tell the camera on the pole to please read your plate correctly today. Every single time you drive past one, and you pass them constantly now, your location, your plate, the make and color of your car, all of it gets photographed, logged, and stored. And the accuracy of that entire system, the thing standing between you and a gun in your face, comes down to whether a piece of software can tell two similar letters apart in a fraction of a second, in the rain, at night, at highway speed. When it cannot, the consequence does not land on the company that sold the camera. It lands on you, on the side of the road, in handcuffs.
Is it your car?
Yeah, that's one.
Okay. So, your car flagged on some of our modern technology.
So do I need
And
to
saying-
contact somebody about it? Or?
No,
Okay.
your plate is not stolen. It's
Okay.
one letter off,
Okay.
and the camera wrote.
That about gave me a heart attack. Right?
Yeah, sorry about that.
I knew it was my vehicle.
So it's the first 5 are correct. The last digit's the only one that's off.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So that's the whole reason for the stop and all of that.
Okay. Lord, y'all about
Yeah,
gave me a heart attack.
Yeah.
Whew.
I'm gonna get him out real
Like,
quick.
you missed a turn signal or something? What did
No.
you do? Goodness gracious.
But and just until we figure everything out, that's why we pulled y'all out and all of that.
I got you. I understand.
My boss, you can hop on out.
And think about what that Sherwood family actually lost that day, because a dismissal or an apology does not give it back. They will never forget the sight of guns pointed at them. That mother will not forget her 6-week-old baby being in that car while she was on the ground. That is trauma that does not wash off. And for what? Not because they did anything. Not because a detective built a case against them. Because a camera on a pole read one letter wrong and no human bothered to check before the guns came out. That is, the trade being made in your town right now, your safety and your dignity, gambled on whether a machine has a good day. Now let me be fair, because I always will be. The defenders of this technology will tell you these cameras solve real crimes. They recover stolen cars, they find missing people, they catch dangerous suspects. And that is true. The cameras do work sometimes. But here is the thing about a tool that puts guns in people's faces. When it is right, it catches a criminal. When it is wrong, it points a loaded weapon at a father, a mother, and a 6-week-old baby who did absolutely nothing. And a technology that powerful cannot be allowed to run on autopilot, where a single misread letter goes straight to a felony stop with no human checking the work. Better crime fighting is not a good enough answer when the cost of a mistake is an innocent family on the pavement at gunpoint.
So the car was showing up as stolen, so we're just confirming.
Oh shit! No, this is my car.
Yeah, it might be a mix-up in the system, so if it is,
Oh my
then y'all will be good to go.
No, this is my car. I just had it stored because it's been wrecked. I had to get new tires and stuff on it. The snow, it's been put up.
Okay. Hopefully, if that's the case, he's just going to confirm.
Oh my god!
I just heard it over the radio, and he was out there, and so.
Actually, he sure was like he cut his lights on. I said, who cut his lights on? I didn't even know there was a police behind us.
I was en route, and they said it was stolen out of Little Rock, so.
Your license good, boss? Is your license good?
Like I said, he's going to do his due diligence part there.
So here is the part that is actually for you, because these cameras are almost certainly already in your town, and you have no idea when one might misread your plate. If you are ever pulled over and suddenly there are guns drawn and officers screaming at you, remember 3 things. Number 1, do not argue, do not reach, do not explain. When guns are out, that roadside is the most dangerous place on earth, and any sudden movement can get you killed over a computer error. You comply, slowly, with your hands visible, and you stay alive. You are not admitting anything. You are surviving the moment.
Okay.
My son here, newborn, he a month and a half. My girlfriend, she's 28.
All right, boss. The reason I'm stopping you is your plate's stolen.
You said it's who?
It's coming back stolen. Your license plate. You got your ID on your boss?
Yeah, I got my wallet.
Where's your wallet at?
My pocket.
Okay.
It's not my vehicle.
Whose vehicle is
It's
it?
my girlfriend's vehicle.
Okay. Hey, boss. Just come on back here for a minute. All right, boss. Just for right now, you're just going to be detained, okay?
Number 2, say the words calmly and clearly, I am not sure why I am being stopped, my vehicle is not stolen, and I do not consent to any searches. You are creating a record on their body cameras. You are stating your innocence without arguing, and you are protecting your rights for later. And number 3, the moment it is over, get everything. Write down the officers' names, the time, the location. Request the body camera footage and the record of that flock alert. Because when a machine gets you thrown on the ground for nothing, that footage and that data are exactly what turns their mistake into your case. Here is the truth this whole thing comes down to. A mom and a dad were made to lie on the ground at gunpoint, terrified, while their 6-week-old child sat alone in the back seat, and not one human being did anything wrong that a machine did not tell them to do. That is the future being quietly built around you, one camera at a time. A world where you can be innocent, do everything right, and still end up in the dirt with a gun to your head because a computer could not read a letter. The family in Sherwood is not the exception. Unless people wake up to what these systems actually do, they are the warning.